Hi, my name is Miley Oye. I work at Google as a Developer Programs Tech Lead, and I manage our Webmaster Central blog. I'd like to help you better understand how Google approaches site performance, and also to help you feel more comfortable in taking those first steps to making your site faster. So let's get into the need for speed. Speed increases conversions. In side-by-side testing of an optimized site versus the original version, the only thing that was different was that the optimized site was faster, but all the content was the same. Shopzilla and Firefox had some interesting findings. At Shopzilla, they found a 7 to 12% increase in conversions just by making their site faster. At Firefox, they had a 15.4% increase in downloads. They estimate this means 60 million extra downloads from these minor tweaks to landing pages. What are these minor tweaks? Firefox said that it comes down to one factor: speed. The next need for speed is that a faster site increases user satisfaction. Google and Microsoft ran a test where they actually gave some users delayed results. They found that the more delay, the more unhappy the user. And you can see this in these user satisfaction numbers. At 500 milliseconds, or a half-second delay, satisfaction was decreased almost 1%. When you get up to 2 seconds, you're nearing 4%. In fact, these users were so dissatisfied that Microsoft actually ended the experiment fairly quickly. The last case I wanted to cover about why site performance is so important is that a slow site actually has lasting negative effects. Google and Microsoft ran another experiment where they only implemented less than a half-second delay, or 400 milliseconds. They found that for those users that they gave these delayed results to, they actually saw a decrease in query volume. So that continued to trend for about 7 weeks. At 7 weeks, they totally removed the experiment, but it turns out that while the query volume went up for those users, it still never reached the level, even at week 11, of where they were prior to the experiment starting. So a fast site increases conversions. It helps you have increased user satisfaction, and know that a slow site causes not only dissatisfaction, but lasting effects. Because speed is so important, and because we aim to give users the best search experience possible, site performance is now a factor in Google rankings. Ranking is a nuanced process, and there's over 200 signals. But now speed is one of them. Know that content and relevance are still primary, but making your site faster can also help. The good news is you can have a much faster website on a low budget. Steve Souders, who is my colleague at Google and who wrote the books High Performance Websites and Even Faster Websites, calls this the performance golden rule. Steve says that 80 to 90% of the end user response time is spent on the front end. Start there. Now let's cover some frequently asked questions. Is it possible to check my server response time from different areas around the world? Definitely. Thankfully, webpagetest.org allows you to actually test retrievals from different parts of the United States, like East Coast or West Coast, as well as United Kingdom, China, and New Zealand. The next question, what's a good response time to aim for? Well, first keep in mind that if your competition is fast, then they might be providing a better user experience for your same audience. So it's always good to know what others are offering. After that, there have been studies by Akamai who found that 2 seconds is actually the threshold for e-commerce site acceptability, meaning that that's what users like to shop with. Let's summarize by taking a look ahead at how performance can actually impact the SEO industry. If a faster site has now been proven to increase conversions, page views, and time on site, meanwhile lowering bounce rate and operating costs. In fact, Shopzilla found that by just speeding up their site, it decreased their operating costs by 50%. So this is why I personally find performance so important. Because not only is it great for users, but it actually helps provide measurable SEO value. Thanks so much for your time today.